Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers.
Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times. Every turn, every line we find, trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every set of build from the ground we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go in. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you want to win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear. Yeah, we test, we tone, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Yeah, see you in victory lane. Tier 1. Till we build, till we build, till we build, Tier 1 setup shop.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers.
Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times. Every turn, every line we find, trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tier 1 Studios. My name's Pat Wilkinson. Up in the booth, joining me tonight are the voices inside my head alongside my good friends, myself and I, as we are back with the Aino Image GR86 Cup here on iRacing, taking on the infamous 15 turns of the Charlotte Roval. With just about 5 minutes left to go in practice, everyone currently in the driver's meeting having a quick talk about how the race is going to go tonight. Unfortunately, a very small field out here tonight compared to previous races, only 11 drivers. Kronos, Electro, Koi, Fulgari, JJ Traveler, Ruku Takahashi, Cypher, Blackhawk Arc, Kaido Nasa, G Fox, and Striker Bernoulli out here tonight. Only 11 cars in the session. But hey, it's going to be a great race out here tonight regardless here at the 15 turns of the Charlotte Roval. Let's take a quick look at some of the information out here tonight. The weather we'll start off with. 83 degrees in the air, 104 degree track temperature. Dry race out here today with a 10 mile an hour north by northwest wind here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We go over to take a look at this 2.25 mile, 676 foot above sea level, 40 mile an hour pit road speed limit, 15 turns in the 2025 Roval configuration. Gonna be a very interesting race. These GR86 Cup cars really coming to life out here today. We take a better look at the normal tower. 1 minute 34.276, the fastest time of Kronos Nomura. Currently the fastest car in the session. In the number 27, Electro Shock in second in the number 75. Dirty Koi in third in the number 53. Daedalus Fulgari in fourth. JJ the Traveler in fifth. Ruku Takahashi in sixth. Cypher in seventh. Blackhawk Arc in eighth. Kaido Nasa in ninth. G Fox in 10th. And Striker Bernoulli with no time yet, as we have just about 3 minutes left in practice. We'll see if anybody wants to run a few extra laps before we get going. I believe they are taking these final few minutes just to make sure everybody's all set and ready to go racing out here tonight here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Join us later tonight. We will be back on a road course with the Wild West Racing League Truck Series here on Sunday night. Going to be a great night of racing at Daytona International Superspeedway on the road course. Going to be a little interesting in the Truck Series vehicles. I don't know if that is full screen or not. I cannot quite tell. There we go. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to fix my things because it didn't look right. There we go, that looks better. I can see the borders now. Hooray! I can fix things on my computer. It's like it's meant to be this way. Do not believe we're going to have... Oh, we do start seeing some cars on track. Kronos. Electro Shock, JJ Traveler, Ruku Takahashi, and Striker Bernoulli. Let's jump on board with Striker in the number 95. Ooh, someone having a big blink as we get rolling here. Can't quite tell who's who, because it seems to be on static cam. This is the 95 of Striker Bernoulli, having a little bit of radio issues as we get going on his first flying lap. Very loose, not almost going down the wrong track out here tonight at Charlotte. That is one of the drawbacks of this racetrack, in my opinion, hence why I don't race here too much. With how many different configurations this racetrack actually has, you can get lost here very easily, in my opinion. We roll through the NASCAR banks of turns 1 and 2 and onto the backstretch right beneath the wing of the 45 of JJ Traveler, just ahead of him. Down the backstretch into the chicane bus stop. JJ going way wide, 95 sending it in deep. JJ having to go over the curbs and into the runoff, missing the turn. 95 trying to reel him back in as we head on to the turns 3 and 4 NASCAR banks out here tonight. We'll stick with this tower for the time being. Into the final chicane, JJ way wide over the curbs, or cutting him a little bit too close there. Striker Bernoulli will not set an official practice time as practice comes to a close. We head straight over for qualifying here in the Aino Image GR86 Cup here on iRacing, the Aino Image Racing Series. Next time, I believe, if that is round 4 of this 7-race series, we will be at, if I'm not mistaken, round 4 is going to be Lima Land on the dirt oval. So that is going to be a very interesting race. So let's see what Striker Bernoulli has to offer for qualifying. Let's actually jump over to Cypher. No, wait, hang on. Let's go over to Ruku Takahashi. He seems to be one of the better connected cars on the track at the moment. No offense to anybody. As we get rolling here tonight at Charlotte, through these first handful of turns off of pit road, really sending this car around with a lot of extra speed, nice and wide around that turn there. Into the hairpin and onto the NASCAR circuit. Little wide on exit, trying to get the car warmed up. Brakes and tires are going to be the name of the game here at Charlotte, especially on these banks and into the bus stop chicane. That is really going to be the name of the game here. These brakes and these tires are going to cool down a lot as they head into the turns. 48 pulling off the racetrack and respawning, not quite sure why, so we'll jump over down to Fulgari in the number 12 car. All the way down to the bottom of the NASCAR turns 3 and 4, trying to set up nice and early for the chicane. Just at the entry of pit road, braking nice and late. Perfect line through there for the 12 as he opens up and takes the green flag for his first flying lap out here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Diving in nice and late, right over the curbs, catching a little bit of air there, and pummels the wall, breaking the car. Broke the front right suspension. That's his first qualifying lap struck off. Let's go over to JJ Traveler on his first flying lap in the number 45. Staying a little wide off the curbs, running over them on the exit of turns 2. Down into turn 3 and 4 we go, sweeping right-hander into a nice little straight, into another big right-hander. 3 and 4 around the turns there, into the hairpin at turn 5, I believe this is. Maybe. I hope so. Let's take a look at the telemetry of JJ. Up to 90 miles an hour into 4th, into 5th at 100. Trying to run all the way down on the bottom of the apron. Sneaking it back up nice and high off of turn 2 and into the bus stop. Perfectly over the curbs. Got to keep it off the wall, but clips it. He may have gotten away with it if it didn't damage the car. He's still going for it. May have just grazed the wall, but managed to keep it clean. Down into the next little chicane here just at the start-finish line. He's going to take another crack at a big slide for the 45, and he spins it out. Let's go down to Kaito Nasa. Or Kaito Nasa. Apologies if I'm getting that wrong. On his flying laps. Keeping it nice and tidy. That is going to be the name of the game here. Koi with a 134.782. Electroshock 131 behind him. 0.131 behind him. Cypher 1 second, 0.601. NASA almost 3 seconds behind. Let's see if he can pick up the pace here a little bit as we start settling in. Now that the tires and brakes are a little bit warmer, let's see if these guys decide to push a little bit harder out here tonight at Charlotte. Zrusi Bun managed to make it into the session. Hopefully they get the race in that number 5 out here tonight. Kaido Nasa trying to get that thing wound up onto the turns 1 and 2, excuse me, NASCAR turns 1 and 2. I get lost on ovals apparently. That is my bad. Down into the bus stop chicane, braking nice and early over the curbs. Beautifully over the curbs, keep in mind. A little bit slow, trying to keep things tidy, but that's what's going to matter out here tonight. Gonna try and conserve these cars as best as you can. Run the fastest laps that you're able to without breaking the car. Charlotte is a very unforgiving racetrack at the end of the day. It has, in this configuration, been mostly repaved, but it does tend to have very slick spots on the racetrack as Kaido Nasa comes back across. Let's see if he can set a better lap time. He does not. Down to 7th with 2.446 seconds behind the leader. Dirty Koi back out on the track with another flying lap. Not sure if he's just going again for the sake of doing it. JJ Traveler and Blackhawk Arc yet to set a lap. Let's go on down to Blackhawk. In the number 25, just past the start-finish line. Striker Bernoulli at the tail end of the field, down in 9th. Nothing from Zrusi Bun just yet as we continue rolling around the racetrack on board with the 25 all the way over the curb. As much as it looks like that is off track, yes it is, but the game does not count it as such, so you can run all the way down there if you really want to, up the hill and into the sweeping right-hander. Trying to keep it nice and tidy, braking a little bit late, getting that extra rotation into this hairpin as we go on to the big banks here at Charlotte. Perfectly done from this number 25 of Blackhawk Arc. Currently second, currently with no yet time set. Don't know why it says that he's starting second. I love our telemetry. Down into the bus stop we go, braking at the 300 marker. Just on the catch fence. Beautifully done through the bus stop and back onto the banks here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, trying to really wind this car up to 100 miles an hour already back through turns 3 and 4 on the NASCAR loop. Past the pit road entry, braking nice and late just at the grass. Might overshoot a little bit, but no, he doesn't. What a beautifully executed turn there at the last chicane from Blackhawk. That puts him up to 6th at the moment. JJ the Traveler with a flying lap, 134.395, new fastest lap on track for the number 45. Daedalus Fulguri currently up to 2nd, 0.130 behind. Dirty Koi, quarter second back. Electroshock a half second back with Kronos. Blackhawk currently 1.311 behind. Ruku Takahashi 1 3/4 seconds behind. Cypher almost 2 seconds back. G Fox currently down 2 1/4. Kaido Nasa currently down in 10th, 2.5 behind. Striker Bernoulli down in 11th. Zrusi Bun and Biggie Hugs. Biggie Hugs managing to show up out of nowhere. Hopefully they get to run a few good laps out here tonight as well. As we jump over to Zrusi Bun in the number 5. Apologies for that. Zrusi trying to keep it off the wall on that outside of the chicane. That is, I feel, gonna be one of the toughest spots on the racetrack out here tonight. Choosing to run a little bit higher on the banks, try to get a better line into the second chicane just before the start-finish line. using that momentum to help keep that car going nice and fast into the chicane and clips the corner. And I don't know if they hit the wall there, but they stopped just before the start-finish line. Don't want to set a time that they can't, or don't want to start a lap to throw it away. We're on board back again with the 48 of Ruku Takahashi, currently down in 7th. Let's see if Zrusi or Biggie Hugs manage to get a lap in before the end of qualifying. Going to have 13 cars on track, with currently only 11 qualified. Rolling around with Ruku once again off of the NASCAR Turn 4 and into the quad oval, overshooting the braking zone, going straight through the cones, and just keeping on going. And plowing it into the outside wall off of Turn 1. Not sure if he meant to do that on purpose, but what a way to finish out his qualifying run down in 7th. Zrusi Bun still yet to set a time. I don't understand what's happening with Ruku's front tires at the moment. They're currently having an aneurysm. As we go down into the last chicane, on board with Zrusi Bun, trying to keep that car off the wall. Zrusi. That was their opening lap. They still have not yet set a time yet. Currently down in 12th. Ruku in the chat saying that they're done. Okay, my bad. It doesn't tell me that on my side of things, Ruku, but thank you. Appreciate we're getting some of this stuff on my side. Zrusi Bun really trying to put on a flying lap here, choosing to keep things within the restraints of the actual track itself. Up the hill, a little bit wide on the entry into this turn at the top of the hill. Round the sweeping right-hander into the hairpin left and back onto the NASCAR circuit. Nice and wide up against the wall, trying to keep the momentum going as they start sliding back down slowly into the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Yes, Ruku, we all saw that. Nice and high off at turn 2 and onto the backstretch we go, trying to break right around the 3.5-3 board. Into the bus stop chicane, beautifully over the curbs. Try to keep it off that wall. Managed to do so, I think, and on to turn 3 of the NASCAR circuit once again. Aino Image saying that Biggie Hugs needs a few extra minutes to make sure that they have a chance to qualify. Appreciate that. As Zrusi Bun comes through the final chicane and across the start-finish line with an opening lap. Did they still not set a time? Zrusi Bun has still not yet set a time. How is that possible? They had a beautiful last lap. That was a great lap from this number 5 car. Not quite sure what happened there, but hey, I guess that's the way it goes sometimes. Back. Whoa, brave over the curbs there. Don't want to be doing that a whole lot through the race. That was a beautiful run through that turn, right over the curbs, running the car ragged. A lot neater this time around the hairpin turn and back onto the NASCAR circuit from the number 5 of Zrusi Bun. Still no news about Biggie Hugs and his qualifying lap. Yes, I understand they are a late joiner, but they have not yet joined the track or posted a qualifying time just yet. So hopefully we can see him join the session and get in here, as the number 5 manages to evade the wall on the outside of the bus stop chicane that time and back onto the NASCAR turns 3 and 4 here at America's home for racing. I love that camera. That is my favorite camera in all of iRacing. Right there at the bottom of the bank turns. Zrusi nice and wide through the final chicane. Ooh, big slide onto the front stretch. Let's see. Up to 11th at the moment, but that's a great starting lap regardless. What a run from the number 5. Beautiful time. Nice and wide off of turn 2 there. Into turns 3 and 4. Little too wide there and onto the grass. That may be their qualifying run over from the Zrusi Bun number 5 machine. Still nothing from Biggie Hugs in the number 14 machine. Forgive me for just a second. With less than 30 seconds left to qualify, I do not believe they're going to have a chance to do so. Out here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Biggie Hugs will have to start at the end of the race and have to work some magic to get that number 14 Toyota GR86 Cup car up to the front of this race and hopefully take the win out here tonight. What a storybook ending that would be for Biggie Hugs, the local Australian in the series. As we come to the end of qualifying, 13 cars ready to go racing out here today at Charlotte Motor Speedway. JJ the Traveler on the point. Daedalus Fulguri, Dirty Koi, Electro Shock. There we go. Electro Shock, Kronos Nomura, Blackhawk Arc, Ruku Takahashi, Cypher, G Fox, Kaito Nasa. We go over to the second page of our driver lineup. Zrusi Bun, Striker Bernoulli, and Biggie Hugs down in 13th. In small field out here tonight, nothing wrong with that. Biggie Hugs did enter the pit lane, so we are all set to go. JJ the Traveler on the point. I believe as we are ready to go racing, everybody on the grid now. Daedalus. Okay. My apologies. I'm going to copy-paste that. Apologies. English, I goodliest the best, I know. Rolling around the racetrack as we get everybody warmed up and ready to go racing out here tonight at the Roval. 1 hour of racing on the clock. Dust settling into the racetrack a little bit on the inside line through that little straight there. Let's see if this is going to affect everybody. Track temperatures seem to be cooling down as the sun is now off the racetrack. We'll have to see if that improves grip overall and how much it does out here tonight at Charlotte. We go around the hairpin. See, why didn't we have this camera when we were doing qualifying? This is a great camera too. JJ the Traveler on the point. Daedalus Fulguri in second on the outside. As the 45's trying to push the safety car down through turns 1 and 2 on the NASCAR side of things. All 13 of the GR86 Cup cars are ready to go racing this time by. We trundle around behind the pace car, everybody trying to get their brakes and tires warmed up as best as they can. Couple of cars wiggling in and out of formation. One car towards the back of the field starting to have some radio issues. I believe that may be Striker once more. Nice and wide through the bus stop as we get ready to roll around through the NASCAR turns 3 and 4 and take the green flag out here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway on the 2025 Roval. Pace car's lights are off, rolling around the NASCAR circuit. 13 of these VTubers ready to have another great day of racing with the Aino Image Racing GR86 Cup for round 3. Pace car, down pit road we go. Field starting to tighten up as we roll through this final chicane, ready to go racing. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Green flag, green flag, green flag. Everybody trying to get away clean. 45 of JJ the Traveler down into turn 1 on the point, holding that inside line, trying to cover it off from Dirty Koi right behind him. Very brave over that curb as we charge down into turns 2 and 3. Settling into this race early. Everybody around these first few turns without any real problems. Zrusi Bun already up 2, Cypher down 2. We roll around off and onto this straight, just down into turns 5, I believe. Everybody already just going single file formation, nice and wide into the entry of the sweeping right-hander, up at the top of the hill into the hairpin as we head back onto the NASCAR side of things here at Charlotte. Beautifully done from JJ the Traveler, running away with this lap 1 opening. Daedalus, Koi, and Electroshock right there behind him, trying to form up a draft train as we get settled in to this race. And into the bus stop chicane we go. 12 of Daedalus down, being a little bit more aggressive on the braking, trying to keep the speed going. JJ and a few others trying. Whoa, we got a spin. G Fox backwards and gets clipped. Kaido Nasa gets hit by G Fox, who spun it up across the racetrack. Very poor way to start for both of these drivers. Thankfully, they do have fast repairs in these series. We jump up to Kronos Nomura. We start settling into this race. 2 minutes into this race now, excuse me. 27 of Kronos Nomura, down 1 position from Ruku Takahashi currently, where they started in 5th. Ruku up 2. Kronos trying to put on a good show out here tonight, get that position back all over the bumper of Ruku Takahashi just ahead of him as we charge up the hill and around the right-hander, trying to really put the pressure on that 48 car just ahead. Braking a little bit later, being a little more aggressive with it, giving the door to the 48 as we charge onto the NASCAR turns 1 and 2. Getting the position back. 48 of Ruku Takahashi, not letting him have it that easy though as we charge around through turns 1 and 2. On the NASCAR side of things here at Charlotte, down the backstretch we go. Question is, how brave is Kronos or Ruku gonna be down into the bus stop? As we jump inside for just a moment. 1 car very wide, that is Zrusi Bun, all the way down to the wall. Kronos pulling away from Ruku at the moment as we get a good look at the draft train down through turns 3 and 4. We head down to Cypher in the unpainted number 39 GR86. Whoa, 14 and a 5 both go for a spin. 14 of Biggie Hugs loses his front bumper off of the last turns, with Stryker starting to reel them in. Kaido Nasa just behind Zrusi Bun now. 91 with big damage on the front left of that race car. Zrusi Bun not much better off. G Fox down pit road. Stryker Bernoulli, last car in the real competition at the moment, on the lead lap, trying to run down the 25 and the 14 of Blackhawk and Biggie Hugs just ahead of him. Cypher, Ruku, Takahashi, Kronos Nomura, Electroshock, Dirty Koi, Daedalus Fulguri, and JJ Traveler just ahead of him. JJ half a second ahead of Fulguri as we roll down the backstretch here at Charlotte into the bus stop. top three all within pretty close proximity to each other. 45 very brave over the curbs into the entry of the bus stop, of the second turn of the bus stop, I should say. Two-wheeled it fully into the bus stop chicane. Managed to get it saved and back on all four. I believe these are... What tires are these? I don't even know. Very aggressive again. Almost 3 wide off of the final turn. JJ Traveler with a little too much aggression there. Loses 2 positions. Didalis Fulguri up to first. Dirty Kowai in second now. Again, apologies if my feeble little mind cannot comprehend how you say his name. But currently, Fulguri leading the way at the moment now. We start lap 3 here at 3 or 4 anyway. Lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Apologies, I'm a little bit dim today. And we are missing our good friend Jake Sparry up here in the booth. Jake, if you're watching, hopefully you're having a good time watching the show. Can't wait for you to be back next time, I believe. And then we'll be at Road Atlanta when you're gone again. Ruku Takahashi with a crash, according to my timesheet. Let's jump over to him. Take a look at what happened. Jumping over to Ruku Takahashi in the number 48. Very aggressive over the top of the hill. May have just gone a little too slow around the hairpin. Sometimes the game does that, and it misregisters things as he goes through the bus stop. Let's jump up to Dirty Kowai. Kowai under pressure from the 45 of JJ Traveler. Right there behind him, 53 braking very late through the second chicane across the start-finish line. 45 slowly reeling him in. Trying to catch back up to Didalis Fulguri just ahead. Didalis leading the way, almost a second and a half clear of Dirty Kowai and JJ the Traveler. Electro Shock right there battling them out for the second place spot as well. Nobody taking any prisoners out here tonight. Kronos Demura just at the back of your screen there in the number 27, excuse me. Trying to run away with this race. Fulguri still pulling away a little bit here, starting to actually fall back now, excuse me. Within a second of the car behind. JJ Traveler almost a full second behind Dirty Kowai. Electro Shock almost half a second back. Let's jump down to Electro Shock in the number 75. Down into the bus stop chicane we go, trying to be a little bit cleaner than JJ Traveler. JJ really running all over those curbs, not leaving any prisoners. Apologies if you hear my air conditioner, I'll fix that right now. Apologies for that, we're back. Approaching the 10-minute mark into this race. Didalis Fulguri leading the way. Dirty Kowai, JJ Traveler, Electro Shock, Kronos Demura, Ruku Takahashi, Biggie Hugs, Cypher, Striker Bernoulli, Blackhawk Arc, Kaido Nasa, G Fox, and Zrusi Bun out the end of the field of this 13-car field out here today with the Aino Image Racing GR86 Cup here on iRacing, brought to you by all of us here at Tier 1 Studios, Tier 1 Setup Shop, and Tier 1 Wraps. We thank you all for joining us today on another beautiful Sunday here in New England for another great day of racing. Didalis Fulguri still leading the way. We go through the bus stop, really under pressure from the cars behind. Dirty Kowai and JJ Traveler all over his bumper. We go through the NASCAR turns 3 and 4, excuse me. keep getting lost on the ovals. I don't get why. Top three are all running each other ragged. Question is it going to be a point where they run themselves too hard and wreck each other out, knowing that there is a mandatory pit stop in this race for fuel and tires. Try and keep things balanced and even in the GR86 Cup. Continental tires, that's the one. I knew it was somebody. It's like, wait a minute, who is it? Twelve of Daedalus still leading the way. So we approach the 10-minute mark now. 50 minutes left to go in this race. Let's jump on down to Biggie Hugs in the number 14, still with some front end damage. Trying to run down the 48 of Ruku Takahashi, going to the inside and charging into the right-hander before the hill. Beautiful move from Biggie Hugs as we get a bit of an interior shot there for just a moment, ripping it past the number 48 of Ruku Takahashi. What a run from the 14. Ruku, bold move up the inside, trying to clip the corner just that little bit more. Didn't quite make it happen. Starting to fall back now. Cypher in the 39. The white Toyota just behind him. Starting to reel him in. Striker Bernoulli just a little bit back. Striker Bernoulli has crashed according to the timesheet. He may well have done 25 of Blackhawk Arc up to 9th at the moment. 91 of Kaido Nasa, G Fox in the 266, and Zrusi Bun in the 5, still down in 11th, 12th, and 13th. Jumping down to G Fox now in the number 266. Trying to go through turns 1 and 2, keep the momentum going here in these GR86 cars. These cars really, despite their horsepower, can run away from you. You expect these cars to have the grip all the time. The grip you're looking for all the time, I should say. Trying to keep these cars tidy. 266. Not sure if he's got something broken on that race car, because he seems to be stuttering a lot. Trying to figure this car out as we continue to settle into this race. Zrusi Bun trying to get the draft train going behind him. I believe that is your race leader, Dirty Koi. Daedalus Fulguri falling back. Down to 3rd at the moment. JJ Traveler up to 2nd. Dirty Koi leading the way at the moment, being a little bit neater over the curbs. Right up against the wall, JJ Traveler right there on his bumper, about a car length behind. Daedalus and Electroshock really battling it out for 3rd now. Daedalus may have had a problem. He is starting to really fall back here. Off of the leader's 53, a little aggressive over the curbs there. 45 equally as much. JJ Traveler trying to get that lead back to go into turn 1. 45 very aggressive over the curbs again, jumping over them. Top 4 all within about a second and a half of each other. Kronos Nomura watching on about a second and a half behind. Electroshock currently down in 5th. Charge into the sweeping right-hander up the hill once again. Gonna start getting into the lap traffic of Zrusi Bun and G Fox. Just up the road a little bit. They're just leaving the hairpin now and onto the NASCAR turns 1 and 2. 53 to Dirty Koi, really throwing the blocks and the bumpers at the 45 of JJ Traveler right behind him. Top 5 running pretty well together at the moment. Very aggressive racing, but very clean at the moment. Again, the question is, how much longer is it gonna last as Rusi and G Fox just at the edge of your screen there go on past. Very big two-wheel from the 53 of Dirty Koi. Really trying to turn up the wick here tonight at Charlotte on the NASCAR, on the 2025 Roval configuration. 45 of JJ to Traveler trying to get that inside line. 53 goes way down the block. 53 two-wheeling it over the curbs once again. 45 very firmly on the inside this time. Down into turn 1 we go. 45 trying to block on the inside over the curbs and two-wheeling it again. 53 all the way up against the wall off of turn 2 and down in through the S's onto the stretch. 45 really trying to put the pressure on the 53. Gets a better run off that turn. Down the straight we go. Everybody trying to keep watch. Whoa, a little bit of contact. 45 showed him the door. This is the white-hot battle for the lead as Daedalus Fulguri's watching on, trying to make a move for himself. 45 puts the nose in, doesn't quite have the speed to do it. Tried doing it, though. What a move from the number 45. JJ the Traveler didn't quite have the momentum to take the 53. Had he done it about 2 seconds earlier, he would have had that position. Through the hairpin and onto turns 1 and 2. Down towards the bus stop we go. 45 blocking the inside. JJ the Traveler really being aggressive and defensive all at once. Fighting Dirty Koi currently in the lead and trying to block Daedalus Fulguri in the 12 just behind him. As your top 5 are all starting to reel each other in now. 2 seconds between first and fifth. With about a car length each between the top 3. 45 getting better rotation through that last chicane. And back down into turns 1 and 2 we go. As G Fox and Zrusi Bun are battling it out side by side for 12th at the moment. Gonna be interesting to see what happens next with the lap cars in the way. Will this help JJ the Traveler or will this help Dirty Koi try to break away from the rest of the pack? Everybody trying to flash the lights saying, get out of the way, get out of the way. G Fox and Zrusi Bun all the way to the outside of the racetrack. Not sure if they quite got run off the track, but, you know, blue flag rules. Shrug. 45 of JJ still right there. Whoa! G Fox, excuse me. G Fox blinked in and out of existence there. I'm not quite sure what happened. 266 around the sweeping right-hander down into the hairpin. Yeah, he blinked out of existence on my screen and showed up in front of the 75 of Electroshock, facing the wrong way. Jump over to Electroshock. Does not seem to have any damage. Hopefully Netcode helped out with that a little bit. Managed to preserve that number 75 car. Does not seem to have a whole lot of speed, though. That incident definitely slowed him down a good bit. Whoa, 53 aggressive over it. That might be him out. Big one. Dirty Koi took too much curb and slid out. Come on, thank you. Maybe if you did what I told you to do, we could actually see what happened. Thank you, iRacing. TV2. Yep. He entered too wide through the first part of the chicane, ran all the way over into the grass, broke his rear suspension there, and broke the drive shaft on the right side. Spun it out and wound up against the wall. Everyone trying to evade him. Beautiful job. JJ the Traveler back up to the lead. Dirty Koi getting towed back to pit road. No option for that in the number 53 car. JJ the Traveler back up to first. Daedalus Fulguri back up to second. Electroshock up 1 with Kronos, Ruku, and Cypher all up 1. Striker Bernoulli up 4 in the number 95 car. And Biggie Hugs up 8, currently in 5th in the number 14. Let's jump over to Biggie Hugs once again. Still probably running some nose damage. Very brave over the curbs again. A lot of guys being very aggressive on the curbs. These aren't rallycross cars, guys. You're going to break them if you run them too hard. Striker Bernoulli with a potential crash. Says he went off track. Striker in the 95. Trying to keep things tidy around the turns here. Is this another case of the hairpin? No, he actually ran very wide off of the hairpin. And I believe that is Kaito Nasa right there behind him. Yes, that is. 91. Jump back up to JJ the Traveler, flying around this racetrack out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Number 45, being very aggressive. Doing a great job at running this race. And question is, though, how much is going to be too much? Approaching the 20-minute mark in about 5 seconds here. Let's... what was I doing? I just forgot what I was doing. Okay. Oops. JJ Traveler all the way over the racetrack once again, trying to keep that momentum going off of the bus stop and back into NASCAR's turns 3 and 4. Back across the start-finish line, 20 minutes into this race. JJ Traveler back up to lead Daedalus Fulguri. A second and a half behind. Electro Shock right there behind Daedalus. Kronos Nomura about a half second back off of Electro Shock. Biggie Hugs almost 10 seconds behind the number 27 of Kronos. Down in 5th. This is now a 4-way battle for the lead at the moment. Unless Kronos Nomura wants to go bowling into the hairpin, I don't see a whole lot of chance at making up any time for Biggie Hugs out here at the moment. Unless he gets the pits, unless he wants to go down pit road early and get the pit stop of a lifetime. He's going to need to call Guido and Luigi from Cars to make that happen. Approaching the halfway mark into this race. Still plenty of time to go for a lot of drivers, though. Let's go on down to Blackhawk in the number 25 once again. Leading a small pack of 3. 25, 95, and the 91. Blackhawk Arc currently leading. Striker Bernoulli in 9th. And Kaito Nasa in 10th. Dirty Koi back on track down in 11th. Down a lap. Zrusi Bun down a lap. And G Fox down a lap. Whoa. Striker Bernoulli very wide off of the hairpin. Blackhawk almost doing the same side by side with Striker and Kaito Nasa. Beautiful side by side action off of turn 2 and down the backstretch. Whoa! Giving a bit of a door to each other. Someone's gonna have to give up the position. 95 backs out of it a little earlier. 91 of Kaito Nasa up to 9th at the moment. Blackhawk still in 8th as he starts to pull away. G Fox down in 13th, not having a great day out here today. Currently running on the bottom of the racetrack after having a few incidents. Trying to stay out of everybody's way out here today. 3 minutes down from the leader. JJ the Traveler starting to reel him in off of turn 2 into the bus stop we go, braking a little bit later. Still being very aggressive, almost throwing it up onto the 2 wheels once again off the exit of the bus stop chicane. 45 of JJ Traveler either races this track a lot to know how hard you can run that car, or he is just that ballsy, because man, that was a beautiful move. JJ Traveler still leading the way by 3 3/4 of a second, now up to 4.5 and pulling away from Kronos Nomura. Kronos up to second. Daedalus having a bit of an incident, going down to 3rd at the moment. Kronos trying to keep the speed up, having some nose damage out here. Daedalus Fulguri down to 3rd. Electro Shock, Biggie Hugs still holding 5th at the moment. 14, almost 15 seconds behind and falling. Not a lot he's going to be able to do in a world on his own. Kronos Nomura, 5, almost 6 seconds down. JJ Traveler just running away with this race now at this point. Everybody just trying to hold on to what they have left. Continue to run their races out here today at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Aino Image GR86 Cup here on iRacing, brought to you by all of us here at Tier 1 Studios, Tier 1 Wraps, and Tier 1 Setup Shops, and by me here at Rock Bottom Racing. We thank you all again for joining us today on another wonderful Sunday. Hope to be doing more of this stuff in the future. Again, folks, this is not the only racing action you'll be seeing today here on Tier 1 Studio. Don't forget to check in with us later tonight, around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. We will be back with the Wild West Racing League Truck Series, brought to you in part by Raiders Wasteland, at Daytona International Speedway on the road course. And that is the only bit of the schedule I know for the upcoming days. We'll be back with Wild West tomorrow through Wednesday for ARCA, late models, and Gen 4. Then we'll be back with the Dutch's Dirty Dozen on Friday. And I have no idea where they're going either. Kronos Nomura holding second at the moment, 3 seconds ahead of Daedalus Fulguri. JJ the Traveler second, 7 seconds ahead, 7.25 seconds ahead of Kronos Nomura. We start jumping back down into the field a little bit. Let's go on down. Dirty Koi currently down in 11th, a lap down. Struggling to keep that car going out here tonight. We approach the 30-minute mark. Dirty Koi trying to make the best of a bad situation, knowing that a pit stop is not going to be enough time for him to get that lap back. JJ the Traveler still pulling away from Kronos Nomura and the rest of the field. We jump back up to Ruku Takahashi in the number 48. Just going around the sweeping right-handers and up the hill towards the hairpin. Back onto the NASCAR side of things. Zerusi Bun having a bit of a moment on and off the track. Let's jump down to them. Zerusi Bun just going through the NASCAR turns 1 and 2. And onto the backstretch. Everybody's still having a pretty good race out here today at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Apologies, I usually have our friend Jake Sparry to kind of riff off of as we start seeing some folks go down pit road. JJ Traveler down pit road this time. Daedalus Fulguri staying out. Electroshock staying out. Kronos Nomura also down pit road. Zerusi Bun, down pit road. Daedalus Fulguri, Electroshock, Biggie Hugs, 1, 2, 3. Cypher, Ruku Takahashi. Oop, nope, Kronos with a beautifully fast stop. Back off of pit road already, currently holding 4th. JJ Traveler still down pit road. Cypher up to 5th. Let's see if Ruku Yes, they do. We'll go over to Blackhawk. Blackhawk needs to step up the pace here to get past JJ Traveler on pit road. He might just do it. JJ just leaving pit road now. Not going to be able to do it. We start seeing everybody cycle through pit road this time. Daedalus Fulguri leading the way. Question is, how much longer before these top two need to go down pit road? Biggie Hugs after a poor start, and I believe he had a crash at one point. Daedalus down pit road. Electroshock down pit road. Biggie Hugs staying out. Biggie Hugs leading the way now. Brave across the curves with a damaged front nose. We continue on racing at the halfway mark exactly. Daedalus, Electro, and Kronos. Kronos Nomura back down pit road. Not sure if they have a speeding penalty. Zerusi Bun still down pit road as well. Cypher up to second, 17 and a half seconds behind the leader of Biggie Hugs. Ruku Takahashi up to third. Daedalus Fulguri up to fourth. JJ Traveler currently down in seventh. Needs to beat Electroshock and Kronos off of pit road. He does. He's back up to fifth. Striker Bernoulli and Kaido Nasa down pit road this time. Blackhawk Arc trying to catch back up to seventh at the moment. Electroshock just ahead of him. Dirty Koi back on the lead lap in the number 53. Koi needing to have the run of a lifetime to get back up into the battle for the lead out here today at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's actually jump down to him now. G Fox down pit road. 53 just going past the pit road now, excuse me. Through the chicane, Biggie Hugs still leading the way. Dirty Koi up to ninth, a minute 28 seconds behind the leader. But back on the lead lap, that is the most important part. Back in contention for this race if he can keep that car clean. Just a matter of hitting the marks right where you want it and driving it the best that you can. Jumping back up to our race leader in the number 14, Biggie Hugs, leading the way. Around the right-handers and into the hairpin. A little bit over-braked into the corner, but managed to recover it. G Fox down in 13th in the 266. Down 2 laps out here today at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Not having a great day of racing, but still out here regardless. Putting the laps in and getting the points. Ruku Takahashi down pit road this time. Striker Bernoulli still having some connection issues with his radio out here tonight. Biggie Hugs 20 seconds ahead of Daedalus Fulguri. Cypher, excuse me. 20 seconds ahead of Cypher and 24 ahead of Daedalus Fulguri as Biggie Hugs heads down pit road this time. Cypher will jump up to now in the plain white. Number 39. Welcome to the chat, Explosive Enthusiast. Appreciate you joining us. Cypher trying to have a good run through these final few turns. Past the start-finish line, getting past Biggie Hugs. Cypher now in control of the race with just under half an hour to go. Daedalus Fulguri, excuse me. about 4 seconds behind Cypher at the moment, trying to keep up as best as he can. Blackhawk Arc down pit road this time. Biggie Hugs just getting off of pit road ahead of JJ the Traveler. Gonna need the run of a lifetime to beat him out. JJ being one of the fastest cars on track tonight. 4 seconds behind Hugs at the moment. Hugs on cold tires and brakes now. Gonna need to really run that car ragged to get it up to temp and keep ahead of JJ the Traveler. Cypher still leading the way, just about 3.5 seconds ahead of Daedalus Fulguri. Fulguri starting to slowly reel them in the number 12 car. Electro Shock down in 5th in the number 75, 30 seconds behind the leader at the moment. Cypher down pit road. Striker, Kaido, and Dirty Koi going past Blackhawk as they go off of pit road. Fulguri leading the way now. Biggie Hugs 10 seconds behind. And up to second, JJ the Traveler. 14 behind, up to the third. Just about 24 minutes to go left in this race. Out here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You will all excuse me. I will be right back. We will go on board with Daedalus Fulguri. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Back on board with Daedalus Fulguri. We jump back. Where's my mouse? There it is. Jump back outside the car. Oop, mixed. There you go. And head on down to the. Wait a minute. There we go. Electro Shock in the 75. Currently down in 4th. 25 seconds exactly behind the leader. Biggie Hugs starting to reel in Daedalus Fulguri 8 seconds behind. JJ the Traveler 12.5 behind leader. Kronos Nomura 30 seconds behind. 5 seconds behind Electro Shock, currently in the 75, trying to run them down. Just about 20 minutes to go left in this race. Cypher right on the heels of Kronos Nomura. Let's jump over and take a look at this. Cypher in the 39 trying to run down the 27 of Kronos Nomura. We charge through NASCAR's turns 3 and 4 into the chicane. 39 being a little aggressive on the curbs once again. A lot of guys being very aggressive on the curbs. Blackhawk Arc, the last car on lead lap. Zrusi Bun and G Fox both down to battling it out for 12th at the moment. Jump a little bit further down to Kaito Nasa. Haven't been on board with him a whole lot today. Kaito Nasa running a pretty good race out here tonight. Currently down in 9th, up 1 from where he started. They started. Striker Bernoulli up 2 in the 95 behind him. 95 just on the edge of your screen there behind Kaito Nasa. Blackhawk Arc also right in view. About 5 seconds between these 3 cars, last cars on the lead lap. Not sure if they are going to be becoming lap traffic. They may very well be. Jump over to Daedalus Fulguri. Yes, they are going to be lap traffic in just a moment here. Blackhawk just ahead of Daedalus. Again, if I am saying that name wrong, I apologize. I'm a simple-minded American. What can I say? A lot of action at the end of the field as Blackhawk and Striker really put on a show for us. Just coming to the edge of your screen now behind the timing tower on the top of your screen. I need to see if I can make that a little more transparent. I think I will try that tonight. As we jump back down a little bit further, let's go down to the 53 of Dirty Koi. Down in 7th, really making a great recovery. Having not the best start to this race, but managing to do a great job at recovering. Currently only down 4 positions at the moment. Under pressure from Ruku Takahashi right there behind him, trying to get their starting position back of 7th place. Takahashi really running that car ragged, not quite sure if he has enough to take on Dirty Koi. We charge through the first few turns and back into the infield here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Aino Image Racing GR86 Cup here on iRacing and on YouTube, brought to you by all of us here at Tier 1 Studios, Tier 1 Wraps, and Tier 1 Setup Shop, and by me personally here at Rock Bottom Racing. Biggie Hugs slowly reeling in Daedalus Fulguri. Currently within 5 seconds. JJ Traveler 5 seconds behind him. Jump back up to the 14 now of Biggie Hugs down into the first turn. JJ Traveler, I believe, just to the edge of your screen there, trying to keep up. Really putting the pressure on, trying to keep that speed going, reel in the leaders as he's starting to see Blackhawk and Striker just ahead of him. Jumping down to Electroshock, currently in 4th, right back where they started. Kronos in the 27, right back where they started. Approaching 15 minutes to go in this race here at the Roval. 266 and the 5 of G Fox and Zrusi Bun just ahead of these two. Electro and Kronos duking it out for 4th place at the moment. 2 seconds between these two drivers out here tonight. We roll through the NASCAR turns 1 and 2. God, I can't do it today. My apologies. It is very hot here. It has been very hot here in New England for a good while now, and I'm getting very tired of it. And it's melting my brain. I am losing the brain cells. Jump a little bit further back. Let's go over to... Whoa! There's smoke! Smoke! Somebody just wrecked. That's Zrusi Bun and G Fox again. Zrusi Bun getting towed back to pit road. 266 kind of showed him the door and ran all over him into turn 3. Not sure what warranted that, but that was a deliberate wreck in my opinion. Big hit for Zrusi Bun and G Fox. Just at the edge of turn 2, or turn 3, excuse me. Thankfully, there is no caution. Huge wreck for Zrusi Bun and G Fox. Not the kind of racing you want to be seeing, especially here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Even more so on the infield side of things. That had been on the infield with more traffic around. That could have been a huge wreck for the entirety of the field. Daedalus Fulguri still leading the way. Biggie Hugs slowly reeling him in. Might be time to start trying to turn up the wick once again for this number 12 car leading the way. Biggie Hugs trying to reel him in within 4 seconds behind. JJ Traveler still 5 behind. Jump into the field. Let's go down to Kaido Nasa once again. A little bit further down the field. NASA 30 seconds behind Ruku Takahashi and ahead of Striker Bernoulli by about 8 seconds. Everybody trying to just keep their momentum going the way that they have as best as they can with what they have left. The final 15 minutes of this race. G Fox down pit road this time. Lot of damage. Explosive enthusiast. Yes, iRacing is a very expensive hobby to get into. Even my very much mid-grade setup that I have still ran me probably about $2 grand at the end of the day. Dirty Koi down pit road in a surprise move. Not sure if they're going for more tires or fuel. May have underfueled the car and had to come back down pit road. G Fox back out on the racetrack. Dirty Koi back out on the racetrack. Still down pit road. Entered and exited pit road. May have had a pass-through penalty they needed to serve. Daedalus Fulguri may put him a lap down. Striker Bernoulli and Blackhawk back down a lap. Biggie Hugs, however, right on the bumper of Daedalus Fulguri. This is now a white-hot battle for the lead with just about 13 minutes to go here at Charlotte. Question is, who wants it more? Biggie Hugs started in last, pretty much. Started pretty much in last. I think he did start in last. And Daedalus started on the front row in second place. 14 of Biggie Hugs and Daedalus in the 12. Really going to be running each other all over the racetrack. Yes, it is a subscription service, plus you have to pay for extra cars and tracks. So believe me, it gets very expensive after a while. White-hot battle for the lead down into the bus stop chicane. 14 being very aggressive again, getting punted by the 12. 12 already committed to his line. Nothing he could do. That was not an intentional hit on Biggie Hugs. Explosive enthusiast, if you are a VTuber, or if you want to or have Discord, feel free to message us later on Discord, and we'll talk a little bit of shop if you want. Try to keep things on task for the race as we go back up to the continuing on anyway with the battle for the lead. Half a second between the two leaders. Now down to a third. Biggie Hugs seems to be better in this technical section throughout the early stage of the lap. 12 a little bit wide off of turn 4, trying to keep the momentum going. 14 of Biggie Hugs up the inside all the way over the curb, really running that car ragged. Still on the inside trying to block. Daedalus Fulguri side by side into the hairpin. 14 going deep, trying to get the better line off of the hairpin. Nothing to be sorry about. Nothing to be sorry about. 14 on the inside at Charlotte, trying to get that side draft going. What little there is through turns 1 and 2, and onto the backstretch we go, down towards the bus stop chicane. 14 braking a little bit late, sending it over the curbs. Beautiful line from the 14 of Biggie Hugs up to the lead of the race. New leader from last to first. Biggie Hugs running away with the lead now. But is it enough? What? I don't know. Biggie Hugs holding the lead at the moment. 12 of Daedalus Fulguri trying to hold on to the lead now, or trying to catch back up to the lead now, falling back almost a full second as we charge through the early stage of the lap once again. Less than 10 minutes to go. Oh, I see. You're inadvertently commentating with me from the YouTube chat. I see now. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Kaido Nasa, the last car on the lead lap. Zrusi Bun down 6 laps. May be out of the race with how much damage that GR86 number 5 car has. G Fox with a very unwelcome move into turn 12. Well, explosive enthusiast, I will say this. Tier 1 Studio is looking for more broadcasters, especially throughout the week, on weeknights. Because once I go back to night shift at work, that's my weekdays and weeknights, I should say, done. So I'm going to be 2 nights a week on weekends only in a month and a half. So if you're available and you want to start doing stuff with us, we'd be happy to have you. Biggie Hugs, 1 1/3 second ahead of Daedalus Fulguri. We charge through turns 3 and 4 on the NASCAR side of things. Let's go back down into the field, down to the 53 of Dirty Kowai for just a minute. 10 seconds behind Ruku Takahashi. We'll actually jump up to Ruku now, reeling in G Fox just ahead of him. We go into the hairpin. Ruku a little bit wide. Through the hairpin, 266 of G Fox, trying to stay out of the way of the leaders. Explosive enthusiast, I will be posting the information for Tier 1 in the chat. Just a second. Hang on. That should be the information you need. If it pops up. Maybe. I have no idea. It might work. Ruku Takahashi, a minute or half a minute behind Cypher. Currently down in 6th. Electroshock in 5th. Kronos Nomura in 4th, just up the road. Electroshock trying to get that speed going. Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. I will put it into the description of the broadcast post-race. So give me about 10 minutes to get this finished, and I will add that for you. Electroshock still putting on the pressure on the number 27 of Kronos Nomura. Less than a third of a second between the two cars as we go through the first handful of turns. 6.5 minutes to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And I have run out of water, so if I start losing my voice, we know why. Biggie Hugs and Daedalus Fulguri 2.8 down to 3 seconds behind. JJ Traveler starting to reel in Daedalus. Starting to get the draft through the NASCAR turns 1 and 2 once again. JJ Traveler currently battling it out for second, trying to get the draft off of turn 2. 14 of Biggie Hugs. I believe that is Kaito Nasa just behind him now. Yes, it is. Kaito trying to stay out of the way. Daedalus Fulguri trying to block the 45 as much as they can in the dying minutes of this race. 5 minutes to go. Well, 5.5 minutes to go. I might be able to post it because I haven't. There you go. That should work. My username is Octopat, in case you need it. Biggie Hugs still leading the way. JJ Traveler up to second. Daedalus Fulguri down to third. JJ Traveler, question is, will they have enough time to catch up to Biggie Hugs and dethrone a masterclass win? In my opinion, Kronos Nimura still holding fourth. Electroshock in fifth, trying to flash the lights, get ahead of these guys, or get ahead of Kronos Nimura. Down the field we go to Ruku Takahashi, just going across or through the final chicanes here now. Dirty Kowai just entering them as well. Kaito Nasa just exiting the bus stop with JJ Traveler and Daedalus Fulguri. Blackhawk just behind them, a little bit further back. Striker Bernoulli just exiting turn 2 on the NASCAR side of things now. G Fox just coming through the start-finish straight with big damage on the front stretch, or on the front of that car, and Zrusi Bun out of the race, down 10 laps. Very unfortunate way for Zrusi Bun to have to exit this race. I believe there are at maximum 3 laps to go. They may have fixed it, but they may have broken it again. They are only allowed 3 fast repairs throughout the session. They may have used all of them earlier on in the race and are unable to continue. Or whoa, something, what? Was that someone backwards? Who was that? Or was that, oh, that must have been a car just going across the screen. I was like, wait a minute, what? Who's backwards in the grass? JJ Traveler starting to reel in Biggie Hugs within 4 seconds. Everybody's starting to keep up at the moment, or trying to keep up at the moment. Daedalus Fulguri a 1.25 seconds behind JJ the Traveler. .14, very aggressive over the curbs. 2 minutes to go. We will ride on board with Biggie Hugs for just a little bit longer. We'll go on down to Dirty Kowai, the last car on the lead lap, just exiting the infield section now into the hairpin and onto the NASCAR turn 1. Ruku Takahashi still just ahead of him, just about 3 seconds ahead. Dirty Kowai having a great recovery race out here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway, really putting on a good show at the moment. Trying to keep his race from going a lap down. Dirty Kowai, 1 minute 18 behind the leader. Biggie Hugs just at the edge of your screen there, coming off a turn 2. Dirty Kowai trying to finish on the lead lap. Biggie Hugs going through the bus stop. 266 of G Fox, still with a very broken race car, entering turns 3 and 4 on the banking. Less than a minute left in the session. believe this will be the final lap. Nope, we're going to go one more time around. My apologies. Biggie Hug still holding a commendable lead over JJ the Traveler. .6 seconds as the session's timer runs out. I believe it will be the checkered flag this time? Maybe? Shrug? I hope that's how it works. Otherwise, I have no idea how it works. 14 of Biggie Hugs off of turn 2. Down into the bus stop, hopefully for the final time. Otherwise, I'm going to get this wrong and I'm going to look like a massive idiot. G Fox and Dirty Koi with a bit of an expedition off the racetrack. Dirty Koi with the move on Ruku Takahashi. Took him a while, but managed to get it. White flag is in the air. Biggie Hugs will come back around through turns 3 and 4 into the chicane. And will take the checkered flag out here tonight with the Aino Image Racing GR86 Cup and win here tonight at Charlotte. JJ the Traveler in second place. Daedalus Fulguri in third. Kronos Nimura holding their position in fourth. Electroshock just down through turn 4 now in fifth. Cypher in sixth. Dirty Koi in seventh. Ruku Takahashi in 8th, Kaido Nasa in 9th, Blackhawk Arc in 10th, and Striker Bernoulli past the start-finish line now in 11th. G Fox and Srusi Bun will not finish the race out here tonight, but congratulations on a masterful win from the number 14 of Biggie Hugs. What a win! Waiting on our top 3 to join into the radio booth so we can talk through the final few laps with them for the end of a great race today here at Charlotte's Roval in its 2025 configuration. Appreciate everybody for having patience with me out here today. Let's get your race winner, Biggie Hugs, in here first. Biggie Hugs, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me?
Hello, hello.
Hello yourself, my friend. Congratulations on the Masterclass win. Started in last and finished in first. Talk us through it.
Well, I was completely blown away with that as well. I was 20 minutes in, I was happily sitting P6, like 10 seconds behind everyone. I'm like, all right, I'm probably going to finish here, that's fine. And then just one after another, they slowly started taking themselves out, and then I was quite surprised, actually, with whatever it was after the pits, to sort of have the extra pace on everyone towards the end. So I was quite surprised by that.
Well, I'd say it worked out pretty well for you in the end. Congratulations on a fantastic masterclass out here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway's Roval. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
I'm going to go get a coffee because it's 6 in the morning.
Well, you go get yourself a coffee. You've definitely earned one. Congratulations on winning out here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's get JJ the Traveler, your second place finisher out here tonight.
Does that answer anything?
This is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me?
I got a copy, yes.
JJ, congratulations on a fantastic second place finish. Only one position down from where you started, but a commendable race regardless. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was a fun little fight at the top 4 in the beginning. Clean start, which we love to see. And eventually managed to pull away after some fighting. Unfortunately for Kohai, he hit the curb a little too hard, spun, but then for some reason his engine blew up, which is crazy. Because, like, barely any contact was made, if any at all. So, like, I'm not sure what happened there with iRacing. After that, I pitted. I took 4 tires because I tried to take 2 in Lime Rock, and it didn't exactly work out pace-wise. I'm not exactly sure what Biggie did, because he just hoodwinked all of us, both me and Daedalus. So, aside from that, it was just pushing all the way.
Well, regardless, that was one heck of a finish out there tonight from that number 45 machine of yours. Congratulations once again. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we sign off?
In true race car driver fashion, I like to thank my team and Astravir team, a sponsor, TH Designs. Go give TJ some love if you need like a livery for iRacing. Her. But it was incredibly fun. I enjoyed that race.
So did we up here in the booth. Thanks for joining us once again, and hope to be talking to you more in the future.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Let's get Daedalus Fulguri in here, and we will call it a day.
Nice work, bitch.
Hello.
Nice. Daedalus Fulguri, welcome up to the booth. Pat Wilkinson, you got me?
Yep, I got you. How's it going?
Doing pretty well. Congratulations on a fantastic third place finish, 4.5 seconds behind JJ the Traveler, currently in second. But regardless, one heck of a race out there tonight from you regardless. 13 laps led. I believe that is the most laps led overall in the entire field.
Woo, it felt good there, especially at the start. It just, the pace fell off towards the end, so I was glad to hang on to third as best I could. It was a tough fight out there. Biggie, I know probably JJ talked about it too. I have no idea how he pulled that pace out, but he was cooking. He drove his heart out.
Yes, they did. Biggie hugs with the last to first challenge of a lifetime over here. One heck of a finish. But hey, regardless, congratulations to you finishing down in third with a commendable run out there tonight. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
No, I think just that was a really good elbows out race. I had a lot of fun racing with Biggie, a lot of fun racing with JJ and Kohai at the start, Electro, Kronos. I got a lot of good side-by-side moments with a lot of people that I've been around a while now, and I think that was a great race. I love Charlotte, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one.
Congratulations once again. Thanks for joining us up in the booth, and can't wait for the next one. We'll be going dirt track racing.
Oh, fun.
I know everyone's rolling their eyes already, but it's going to be a lot of fun at Lima Land, I think.
Hey, I live for the chaos. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
All right. Congratulations once again. Thanks for joining us up in the booth, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for the broadcasting. Take it easy.
You as well. Thank you. Well, folks, you've yet again spent another perfectly good hour and a half with all of us here at Tier 1 Studios. We thank you all for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed the Aino Image Racing GR86 Cup here on iRacing. This broadcast has been brought to you in part by Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube, and by me personally here at Rock Bottom Racing. My name's Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. This has been Tier 1 Studios and the Aino Image Racing GR86 Cup here at the Charlotte Roval 2025. And until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times, every turn, every line we find. Trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every setup built from the ground, we break. If you want that feel when the the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go win. Yeah, we built for 'em. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading tier 1. Set up shop tier 1. Take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you wanna win races, tier 1, set up shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need it custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear, yeah, we test, we tune, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win, yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading tier 1. Set up shop tier 1. Yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, tier 1, set up shop. See you in Victor Lane. Tier 1, set up shop. Tier 1.